Hello again, this is John Wild, here to give you another look at vintage action figures. And today, on My Favorite Toys, I present the Condor from Kenner Toys, the M.A.S.K series, 1985. So, on a recent destination wedding to Raleigh, North Carolina, I had a little bit of time to kill before the wedding ceremony, so I just kind of searched around on the internet and found a toy shop just outside of Raleigh, North Carolina, called M.A.S.K Toys. If you're ever in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, M.A.S.K Toys is a great toy shop. Had lots and lots of things for me to look at there. Everything from vintage Migos, G.I. Joes, Star Wars, you name it, it was there. There were so many choices, it was really difficult for me to pick one thing out to take home because I was flying back. I needed to pick out something small. So M.A.S.K is definitely something that you can fit into your suitcase and get onto an airplane. So the Condor is a toy that I received when I was 12 years old, and it's one of the last of the action figures that I ever had purchased for me as a child. I was 12 when I got the M.A.S.K Condor. It was my 12th birthday, and I recall my uncle saying, are you 12 or are you 2? I think that's where I went into a little bit of a hibernation for buying toys, definitely during the teenage years. In the 1980s, it wasn't such a cool thing to be buying toys. So, fast forward, here we are. Guess who's in the store with me? M.A.S.K Toys in Raleigh, North Carolina. But the same uncle who made this comment when I received this toy. So it only seemed fitting that I picked it up. So here it is. This is a box version of the Condor. So before we have the box itself, which was definitely a bonus to receive it in the box, again, to relive what it like to have the box in your hand. So the front of the box, and here we go to the side of the box, and I think the other side of the box is the same, and then we'll go turn it around to the back of the box, and it had the detail of the M.A.S.K Condor, which is a motorcycle that transforms. I shouldn't say transforms because it's not really a transformer, but it converts into a helicopter. So we'll put the box off to the side here, and we'll bring in the figure. Now, if those of you who are not familiar with the M.A.S.K toy line, the figures are quite a bit smaller than your 3 3/4 inch figure. These are about 2-inch figures. So there is Brad Turner, the operator of the Condor, and he came with a M.A.S.K like so. This is the first version of the Condor Brad Turner figure because the M.A.S.Ks in the second series they had a little bit more meat to them. So there he is. He gets his helmet, and they had articulation at the arms and at the hips, and then a little bit different than the Star Wars line, they actually would bend at the knees too. So we'll sit him off here to the side. Have a seat right. Oh, all right, buddy. Here we go. All right, so, and we'll bring in the Condor itself. So there it is. This is the Condor Motorcycle, also helicopter. So this line converted from a motorcycle into a helicopter. So the way you would do this is you would take your Brad Turner figure, raise his arms up. It says in the instructions to squeeze his legs together, get his hands on the instrument panel, and there he is driving his motorcycle. Really nice, nice toy. I'll zoom in a little bit when we're in motorcycle mode here, so you can see chrome accents on the wheels. You know, there's a dashboard decal, or a control decal for the figure, and there he is from the back side. Spin him around. Get you on that side. Give you a front view real quick. So there he is. All right, so now This is where the payoff is on the M.A.S.K figures, is the transformation action. So the way that it's described in the instructions is to flip this forward and then push the figure down into the seat a little bit so he sits a little bit, some more sound. Rotate out the back wheel, pull down the rear stabilizer, and then 1 and 2 helicopter blades come out. And there you are. He's in helicopter mode, so zoom in a little bit, give you a little bit more of the detail on the helicopter, what it looks like. Don't mind my creaking tripod here. All right, so this one also came with, when I purchased it, came with the original instruction sheet for the Condor. So another added bonus to adding this great toy back into my personal collection. So here we go. We'll transform them back. Push that in, push that out, drop that down, and there we go. That was the rear stabilizer there. So some thoughts on the Condor, and this being one of my favorite toys. It's one of my favorite toys because it's one of the last toys that I remember receiving as a child, and I didn't really get to enjoy the M.A.S.K line because of my age. M.A.S.K was more of a mid to late 80s line. There were some really, really great toys, and I have to limit myself in what I purchase. So what I usually purchase is things that, you know, either I wanted as a child or I had as a child. So this one I did have, so it fits that criteria of things that I can purchase. And I know you guys out there that collect toys, we have to have some kind of restraint on what we purchase or what we collect, because it could become overwhelming, and for some people it does become overwhelming. So that's one of my my rules for myself. So a really neat toy, and one of the last toys I ever got, so that's why it's one of my favorite toys. And I hope you enjoyed this my favorite toy episode that I've been doing. A little bit different than what I normally do, which is more of a, you know, scripted, a lot of cuts, a lot of changes, and, you know, everything's pretty timed very well. This is definitely not that type of a video, trying out something a little bit different, something a little bit more unscripted, a little bit more you know, down home talking to you folks out there in YouTube and my friends. So until next time, M.A.S.K is a really cool line. So thanks for watching.